Hey there. You must be the new security guard. My name is Ralph, and I wanted to leave you this pre-recorded message to help you get settled in over there for your first shift at Farley's Fun Zone. Now, before I get into the nitty-gritty of your job, I'm apparently legally obligated to read you this notice from the company or something like that. I'll try and skip over boring parts. Welcome, new employee, to your first day here at Farley's Fun Zone, where fantasy and fun come to life, blah, blah, blah. If you're reading this, then you've been selected to be our newest night watchman security guard. Congratulations. Here at Farley's, your job is very important. Yeah. New Edge Incorporated is not responsible for potential injury or death to a person. Upon the discovery that damage or death of any kind has occurred, a missing persons report will be filed within 90 days, or as soon as the property and premises have been thoroughly cleaned and bleached and the carpets have been replaced, yada yada yada. Look, I know that sounds bad, but trust me, you're gonna do just fine. Been working here for about a year and a half, and there's really nothing to worry about. So, let's focus on getting you through your first week, okay? Now, let's see. First things first, your security cameras. Just gonna fly blind and assume you've already gotten yourself acquainted with them. They run on that computer in the office. Very simple to use, and they're installed throughout most of the store. Of course, there are some blind spots here and there, but that's a given. Shouldn't be too hard to find a workaround for those. Alright, with that out of the way, let's address the elephant in the room. Threats. Now, I'm gonna level with you. Chances of anyone breaking in during any one of your shifts is next to zero. Because, shocker, most self-respecting thieves aren't gonna risk jail time just to break into their local Farley's and gut the register for 20 bucks and some pocket lint. No. What you really need to be wary of are those animatronics. Think I'm pulling your leg? I don't blame you. So, little known fact. When the concept for this place was initially getting mapped out back in, I want to say 79, you wanted Farley and his band to be very advanced. Full body models like the ones they got at Showbiz, but also the ability to, get this, walk around the store and interact with patrons. Well, that obviously fell through. Stuck with half-body models. However, some of the bots that got shipped off never had that free roam feature fully removed. Our band is one such case. Because of some glitch in their system, can randomly activate during the night and crawl around the store, looking for people to entertain. In this case, that's you, which is a very large inconvenience when you have a job to do. Now, the good news is that I have their movement mapped out, so you're covered there. Tonight, Basil and Charlie should be active. Closest cameras to your office are 9 and 10, so if you should see them enter, and then leave either of those, they'll be nearby. As for what you do if that should happen, well, see those switches next to your doors, right? Those bring down shutters that'll block off either one of your entrances. Easy as that. Once you hear them bang on your door, that's a pretty good indicator that they've given up and headed back on stage. The only problem with them, though, is the power. You see, because of how advanced the shutters are, the regular fuses we got powering them run dry fast. One or both of them should kaput, then take them out of the breaker box and toss them first of all. After that, go to the broom closet on your left hallway. We've got a trunk in there that's stockpiled full of fuses. Once you got one or more, head back and plug them into the breaker. Whatever you do though, don't linger out there for too long. You don't want to bump into one of those things. If I were you, I'd check the cameras before heading out as well. You never know. Alright. I think that about covers it. Check your cameras often. If any of the animatronics start walking around, follow my instructions, and make sure to clock out before you leave. Alright, good night. Hey there. Glad to see you're back for another night. I honestly thought you'd bail. Most of our new hires do anyway. Yeah, turns out most folk aren't chomping at the bits to spend their nights at a greasy pizzeria with walking animal robots. So, hey, kudos to you for hanging in there. Anyways, I forgot to bring up something from last night. On the left stage, you see that animatronic in the jail cell, right? That's Florence. He's a bit of a doozy. We used to have him on the right stage by himself. He was our most popular character, actually. Despite being the antagonist of the whole show. Kids loved him. At least before he started bugging out. Yeah, the others are glitchy, then he's on a whole nother level. Whenever staff approached him for maintenance, he'd just get super pissy. Pretty sure he even injured a guy once. Anyways, we had him moved next to Dominic and put behind bars, so he couldn't cause any more problems. Despite that, though, I bet he's gonna cause you problems. See, unlike Basil and Charlie, he won't immediately move his stage. Instead, you'll slowly get closer to your cameras before darting off the stage and booking it to your left or right door. I'm not sure how, but even without legs, he can move very fast. Try to keep a good eye on him. He doesn't like to move when looked at. Try to strike a balance, though. I bet he'll get antsy if you check on him too often. If he leaves the stage, listen for what side he's targeting, and close the correct shutter. Okie dokie. Now for the less complicated one. Dominic. He's on the same stage as Florence, although he's more attracted to the back area behind the stage, rather than your doors. You see, in the chop shop, there's this air duct we have installed that he likes to crawl inside of. It connects directly to your ceiling vent, which is not exactly good news since it doesn't have a cover on it. On top of that, there's no solid way of seeing inside that thing. We obviously don't have a camera installed up there, so your best bet is keeping an ear out. Once Dominic leaves the chop shop, he'll most likely be in the vent. If you should hear any bumps come from your ceiling, that probably means he's close. As for how you get him out, that's simple. On the chop shop camera, there's a pop-up in the corner of your screen. It'll activate a heater in the duct and get Dominic out. You just gotta charge it first. Try to only activate it when Dominic is actually inside, though. Not only does it take a bit to charge it up, but it'll also be set on a cooldown after it's used. Like I said, keep an ear out, you'll know when he's there. And that's all I've got for now. Hang in there and I'll chat with you tomorrow. Good luck. again. You're halfway through the week now. Congrats. Most people don't last this long. It's been a hot minute since I've seen a new hire last till the end of the week. So, take that for what it's worth. Anywho, you've unfortunately got another freak to deal with tonight. Although, this one shouldn't be too much of a hassle. Whitney Wolfgang. She's the pirate animatronic on the right stage. She's very odd. Unlike the others, she has this bizarre glitch that makes her twitchy around bright lights, especially in the eyes. Fortunately for you, I left a flashlight on that desk that should get the job done. Do keep in mind, though, that she can go to any side of your office, including the ceiling vent. While I do advise shining the light around your doors and vents to see when she's there, I also recommend you not to do that too often. The battery on that flashlight is garbage, and it'll die very fast if you overuse it. The good news is that there's a port on the monitor that lets you charge it once it's dead. Bad news is that because of a bug in the system, you can only charge it when looking at a specific camera. I'm not even sure how or why that's still an issue, but regardless, you'll have to work around it. Really hoping these things start getting fixed around here before this week is over. I have my doubts, though. Maintenance has been doing a fantastic job as of late of getting nothing done. I guess that's what you get for paying your staff shit around here. Anyways, that's all I've got. Keep up the good work. You're doing great so far. Good night. Still there, huh? I'm impressed. You've been holding up well. You might end up getting a couple extra bucks in your check this week, although you didn't hear that from me. Anyways, you've got one last problem to deal with, Farley. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. He baffles me the most out of anyone here. The number one problem you'll have is not seeing him on camera. Couldn't tell you why, but he hides in the dark a lot. That, mixed with how crappy your cameras are, is going to make him virtually unseeable on the computer. Luckily though, you have another method of tracking him. Unlike the others, he lets out this ear-grating laugh whenever he moves. If my memory serves me right, he'll have to move around 5 times to get to your right door. To keep track of that, I left a notebook on your desk. Try to make a habit of leaving a tally every time he laughs. Once you reach 5, seal off the right door until he leaves. It's not optimal, but it should get the job done. Just keep focus. That's all. Hang in there. You're almost done. Although, you didn't hear that from me. Anyways, you've got one last problem to deal with. Farley. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. He baffles me the most out of anyone here. The number one problem you'll have is not seeing him on camera. Couldn't tell